All right, turn with me in your Bibles to 1 Samuel chapter 7, or to the screen. One verse. I won't be here too long. 1 Samuel 7, verse number 3 says this: Then Samuel said to the whole house of Israel.
All right.
I'm speaking to everybody at Grace.
All right.
If you are turning to the Lord with all your heart, then, get rid of all the foreign gods and the Astartes that you have. Set your heart on the Lord. Worship Him only. Then He will deliver you from the Philistines' power. This morning, with your prayers and by the enabling power of the Holy Spirit, I want to speak from this topic: if you're serious. Nobody ain't shout on that. Look at somebody and say, if you're serious. Yeah, this message is for serious folk. This ain't for playing church folk this morning. Look at somebody and say, if you're serious. Okay, let me bring you up to speed. The presence of God, the Ark of the Covenant, some people call it the chest of God, but it represents the very presence of God. And at this stage of this particular story, the presence of God has been missing in the life of Israel. In fact, the presence of God, the Ark of the Covenant, the chest of God, literally had been stolen, had been taken in battle by the Philistines, and they got the presence. Look at somebody say, how did they get it? Yeah, I'm glad you asked. Yeah, they got it because there was foolishness in the camp, and there was nobody there that would right the ship. Yeah, Hophni and Phinehas, they are the sons of Eli the prophet, and they were just ruthless, just all over, just doing what they want to do, how they want to do it, who they want to do it with. They just was cutting up in the church. Yeah, it sounds like the modern day church. Y'all not going to say amen. There are rebs all around. Look, somebody say reb. Yeah, I didn't say reb, I said reb. There are rebs all around running through the church and having good church but no presence. Because Hophni and Phinehas, they just doing what they want to do, and the person that could get, kind of set that thing right, they daddy, just letting them do it. His name Eli. So they've lost the presence, but this is how cold the presence of God is. The presence got to be in the right hands. So they got the presence of God, and you would think things would be going well for the Philistines, but the Philistines represent the enemy, and the presence of God in the hands of the enemy ain't going to be good. Yeah, it was bad for them. They got the presence, and I'm just trying to help you with a little history. And I'm not trying to be gross or anything, but they got the presence, and they just have hemorrhoid breakouts. Okay, I ain't got nobody that know their Bible. They took it to one city, and everybody in the city just hit, hemorrhoids just hit them. They say, my God, let's try another city. They take His presence to another city, hemorrhoids hit that city. One night they say, okay, we got a God named Dagon. Let's see how powerful this thing is. They set up God's presence on the side of Dagon. And the next morning they come in the temple, and Dagon is flat on his face, prostrate, worshiping. You can't play with the presence. It got so bad that Phinehas' wife has a son. Watch this. Normally in the Bible, when you have a son, that's a time of celebration. That's a time of joy. That's a time of rejuvenation. That's a time of excitement. But not this time. Phinehas' wife has a boy, and they say, why are you so sad? And she said, I gotta call him Ichabod. I'm sad because his name means that the glory has left the place. Okay, look at somebody and say, if you're serious. Yeah, if you're serious about getting the glory back, I got a proposition for you this morning. Okay, some of y'all say, Pastor, I already got the glory. You lying. Because you can't have the glory and be depressed. You can't have the glory and be broke. You can't have the glory and have low self-esteem. That devil is a lie. If you got the glory, you up on top. If you got the glory, I'm all the way up if you got the glory. Look at somebody say, I want the glory. I just want to make certain I'm in the right house. If you want it, I got a proposition for you. 3 things you got to do if you're going to get the glory back. Amen? The first thing you got to do, y'all put it up there, you got to eradicate some stuff. Yeah, I toyed with terminology here. I wanted to say eliminate, but eradicate is more powerful. Eliminate means you kind of put it on the shelf, but you can go back and get it. But eradicate means that thing is destroyed. There's no power over you and in your life. Look at somebody say, if I want the glory back, I got to eradicate some stuff. Yeah, you got to eradicate some person, places, and things. Okay, I'm in the Bible. Can we walk through the Bible a little bit? Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 22 says this. It says, but that's no life for you. You learned Christ. My assumption is that you paid careful attention to him, been well instructed in the truth, precisely as we have it in Jesus. Next verse. Since then, we do not have the excuse of ignorance. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I'm just going to help you. If you're a part of the Grace Church, ignorance can never be your excuse. Y'all not going to say amen. Y'all get a rhema word. Listen, I'm talking about some of my accidental things I say. I'm talking about some of my commentary. You have no excuse if you at the Grace Church. No, you're not at a church where I'm grabbing my ear talking about he died, didn't he die every morning? Every Sunday morning. Y'all not going to say amen. Look at somebody say, excuse of ignorance is not an excuse for you. Okay, listen what he says. He says everything, and I do mean everything, connected with that old way of life. Look at somebody say, has to go. It's got to be eradicated, baby. Yeah, if you're going to get the glory back, it's got, look, somebody say it's got to go. Why does it got to go? It's rotten through and through. Get rid of it. And watch this, and then say then. Take on an entirely new way of life. I want you to watch the Bible right there. You can't have a new life until you obliterate, until you eradicate, until you destroy your old life. You got to destroy them. In the Bible it says, and then take on an entirely new way of life, a God-fashioned life. A life renewed, watch this, from the inside. And working itself into your conduct. Watch how this new life works. It's an inside job. So you worrying about the external. God say, now focus on the internal, and the external will take care of itself. It says from the inside, working itself into your conduct as God accurately reproduces his character in you. Glory to God. Can I go to my next one? Romans chapter 6, verse number 6. Say eradicate. This is what we know. Romans 6 and 6. The person that we used to be was crucified, was eradicated, was killed, was destroyed with him in order, why? To get rid of the corpse that had been controlled Why am I still being controlled by sin? Because you ain't did the eradication. That way, say that way. We wouldn't be slaves to sin anymore. Boy, that's a powerful verse. All right, can I go to my next thing? Hebrews 12. Say Hebrews 12. This is out of the Message translation. I like this. Do you see what this means? Hebrews 12 verses 1 through 3. All all these pioneers who blazed the way, all these veterans cheering us on, it means we better get on with it too. How do you do it? Strip down and start running and never quit. No extra spiritual fat. No parasitic sins. Stop right there. I got to deal with it. Because there are some regular sins, but then there are some parasitic. Okay, one definition of parasite means, oh my God, it's a person who habitually takes advantage or exploits the goodness. That's a parasite. It done got quiet right there. I said the person who habitually exploits the kindness and goodness of another is a parasite. And I'm telling you this morning, you got to eradicate the parasites. Okay, here's another definition of a parasite. This is really bothering me, this one right here. A parasite, it takes advantage of what they call the host organism. Oh my God, so they can survive the parasite, and they're taking life and killing the host. Okay, you're not seeing. Oh my God, you got to eradicate the person and places and things that are parasitic. Well, what place draws from you and leaves nothing? What person draws from you and leaves nothing? What habit draws? Y'all won't let me preach this morning. Y'all shouted too hard. That's why I got to be careful with a shouting church. You are shouting, forget about the word. Now, I know a lot of church just shout, just buck, just shout, hands doing all of that, and no word. That devil is a lie. We're going to be balanced. We're going to get our shout on, and then we're going to be fed the word. Because man does not live by every shout that proceeds. He says no extra spiritual fat. Ooh, you carrying too much stuff. Okay, nigga, why is it they got quiet? Oh, they're parasitic. Oh my God, they just suck the very life. Pastor, I want you to pray for my boo. I don't need to pray for boo. You need to ask, is boo helping you or hurting you? What the hell am I praying for? And every time boo around or you talk about boo, you crying, you down, you broke, you disgusted, you worrying. I need prayer. You don't need no prayer. You need to deal with the parasite. Look at somebody say the parasite gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. Sometimes the parasite is in your family. Nobody shouted right there. Sometimes you're sleeping with the parasite. If you're going to get the glory back, you got to eradicate, number one. But secondly, say secondly, you got to calibrate. You got to calibrate. Pastor, you're trying to rap on us. No, calibration is important. For electronical instruments, it's important. Y'all not going to say nothing up in here. For temperature instruments, for pressure instruments, for torquing instruments, for instruments that measure weight and mass. You got to set that thing right. Because if you don't set it right, then what you're reading is not accurate. Y'all not saying amen. And all I'm saying in your life, you got to calibrate your life if your life is going to be a life of precision and accuracy. The Bible says the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, but if you're not calibrated with God, He can't order your steps. Okay, nobody ain't shouting up in here. How many of y'all would agree that it's easier to go somewhere when you know where you're going? Well, I wish somebody would tweet that. It's sometimes the simple things in life. I didn't say you can't go where you don't know you're going. I say it's easy to go when you know where you're going. So if I'm on my way to prosperity, it's easy to know that. If I know it, I can go there. But if I haven't calibrated my life, I'm going to be stuck and sitting and stagnant in the same place. Year after year after year, walking around in a circle, and God saying, exit Scott, and you just going around 16 every year. Look at somebody say, calibrate that thing. Man, you got to calibrate. You got to calibrate. You got to calibrate it. I say you got to calibrate. You got to calibrate your priorities. You got to calibrate your plans. Oh my God. You got to calibrate your opportunities, the potential you have. Some of us miss opportunities because we have no plan. And opportunities are waiting for people with a plan. But when the opportunity presents itself and you have not prioritized and planned, you can't take advantage of the potential for growth. But y'all is going to make me preach hard today. Yeah. Look at somebody, say priorities. Say plan. Say potential. Oh my God, you're going to get mad on this one. You got to calibrate the physical body. Nobody shouted. This is the only temple you got. Don't walk out of here. Oh my God, he made me feel bad. He was looking dead at me. You know when you need to lose 10 pounds or not. I don't need to look at you. I can close my eyes and you still gonna know. The last time I tried to go up that flight of stairs, it was 15 steps, and on the 3rd step, I was taking a break. Because the temple, the physical temple, has to be calibrated. Because it's a precise instrument. It's an instrument that's supposed to be accurate. Look at somebody. See, somebody here say, hey, that's easy. I said this. You remember my story. I was 46. That was 6 years ago. And I said, I got to get my body calibrated. Amen. Now, I slipped up around, this last year we were moving and stuff. I had like a 7-month layoff. Yes, I said I had a 7-month layoff. That's a long time. Now, and let me tell you what happened when you're not calibrated. Not only was I not exercising properly, because remember you got to do both. You got to exercise and you got to eat. I was eating crazy. 5 years of progress. I'm about to blow in a few months. Yes, sir. But thank God I had 5 years in the game. Because when I came to my senses, my trainer say, man, you ain't been doing nothing in a long time, but the foundation is still there. I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but you got to calibrate. Yeah, some of us are out of calibration. See, you like a man, glory to God, or a policewoman or a policeman with the doggone me radar. And I see it. I haven't been to court for these things, not in a while, but I have been to court for these things. And the first thing the attorney asked, when was the last time that you calibrated? Oh my God. And they have to calibrate at certain intervals. And if that radar has not been calibrated, case dismissed. Oh, y'all not gonna say nothing up in here. God has some blessings in store for you, and he says, have you calibrated your life? If not, I got to dismiss you. But here's the last thing. See, it ain't just planning, priorities and potential and the physical. You got to calibrate people, relationships. I know where you're going by who you around. I throw out names. I ain't trying to drop names. I'm just trying to let y'all know that y'all pastor hang around some people that's going somewhere. Okay, then got quiet. If you ain't going nowhere, I'd rather just be by myself. Ain't no use of both of us going nowhere together. I'm gonna let you go nowhere on your side, and I'm gonna go nowhere, but I'm not going over there to go nowhere. You got, listen, I say calibrate. This is helping somebody right here. Okay, can I show y'all? I love y'all. I love my team. They calibrate that instrument. Yes, indeed. Colossians chapter 3. I got to hurry up and go, man. So if you're serious. What? Y'all didn't catch that? That's what the message is. If you're serious. So if you're serious about living this new resurrection life with Christ, act like it is. Pursue the things over which Christ resides. Don't shuffle along, eyes to the ground, absorbed with the things right in front of you. Look up. Be alert to what's going on around Christ. That's where the action is. See things from his perspective. When you calibrate it, you can see better. Come on, your old life is dead. Remember, we eradicated it. Your new life, which is your real life. Your new life, which is your real life. Your new life, which is your real. Most people don't change because the devil convinces them that their new life is not their real life. So I know brothers who say, Pastor, you say my new life is a one-woman man, but I'm a one-woman man, but I want all the women. So the devil say, you lying to yourself. You know what you really want, but what you think you really want is the old man that you were supposed to eradicate. Where my shout go? It ain't just that. See, the new man, the real man is a prosperous man. The old man is a poor man. But see, you get exposed to prosperity, and the devil will tell you, you know you're not wanted around in these circles. They talking over your head. Go ahead and talk. I'm learning. While y'all talking over my head, you right. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about, but I'm gonna learn. I'd rather be around some folk talking over my head than around with pigeons that ain't doing nothing. I know all that pigeon talk, but I'm an eagle. That devil is a lie. I might look like a pigeon to you, but my real man is the eagle man. And it may take me a little while to understand eagle talk, but I got an eagle in me. Boy, I'm a preach better than y'all saying that. It says, even though invisible to spectators. I'm going to say that one more time. Your new life, which is your real life, even though invisible to spectators. Spectators is your haters. They going to say, well, you look like the same person. But I dare you keep on walking with God. One day you going to pass your haters and they going to do a double take. Y'all might take. I know some people I used to know initially when I walked by there, it's just dimes. But after a few years of walking in my new life, I ain't trying to trip, but I look out of that peripheral view, I see a nigga. You know how people don't want to look at it. He is your life. When Christ, your real life, remember, shows up again on this earth, you gonna show up too, the real you, the glorious you. Meanwhile, say meanwhile. Be content with obscurity. You don't have to have a lot of folk that know how you roll it. You just need to know you roll it. Okay, go to my next thing, y'all. Y'all is helping me out today. Philippians 4:8. Just say calibrate. Okay, summing it all up, friends. I'd say to you, Philippians 4:8 through 9. I'd say you all do best by filling your minds. It's calibrating now, and meditating on the things that are true. I'm trying to help you how to calibrate. You thinking about crazy stuff all the time. My God, them people you looking at on TV, they got their money. Amen. They even paying us now to naturally act like we act. It's called reality television. And now you is just stuck. Atlanta housewives. They ain't even no housewife. They lying. They ain't no wife. They a side piece, most of them. What's that other one? There's another one. Love and Hip. You know exactly where I'm going. You just looking, bunch of has-beens. They going to cash they check. You ain't got no money. Okay, no. You living on Facebook 24/7 and you need to have your face in a book. Just scrolling up at night, 2 and 3 in the morning. How many friends? How many likes? I don't care how many likes. Is the likes paying? Is the likes got a check with them? Okay, boy, nobody is shouting over here today. Okay, let me just go on, man, because fill your mind, meditate on things true, noble, reputable, authentic. A lot of that stuff fake. Some of them people you looking at, that's fake stuff. That ain't authentic. I say some of them parts is fake. Shit, I know what I'm talking about. Put your mind on things that's compelling, things that's gracious. Watch this, the best, not the worst. The beautiful, not the ugly. Things to praise. Watch this. Not things to curse. Put into practice what you learned from me, what you heard, what you saw, what you realized. Do that. And God, who makes everything work together, will work you into His most excellent harmony. Okay, can I go? I got one more. 2 Chronicles chapter 12, 12 through 14. When Rehoboam submitted, watch this. Did I get to my last thing? Am I on this? This ain't what I want. Is this my thing? Is this my last thing? What's my last point, y'all? I think y'all moved too fast. Is this still it? Is this still it? All right, well, do what I told y'all to do and make me look crazy then. Amen. They say, Pastor, this is what you told us to do. You called the play, we running the play. You ain't tell us to do no audible, you said run the play. Okay, when Rehoboam submitted, the Lord was no longer angry with him and total destruction was avoided. There were, after all, some good things still in Judah. Next verse. So King Rehoboam was securely established in Jerusalem. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he became king. He ruled 17 years in Jerusalem. The city the Lord had chosen from all the tribes of Israel to put His name. His mother's name was Naamah from Ammon. Next verse. But Rehoboam, there it is, did what was evil. Y'all show right. Because he didn't calibrate. He didn't calibrate his heart on seeking the Lord. Watch this. When he submitted and he was calibrated, he was rolling. Oh my God. When he got out of the wheel and he had no calibration, now he's evil. I got you to see this. Let's see this. But Rehoboam did what was evil. Why did he do it? Because he didn't set his heart. Okay, you missed your shout. You do crazy stuff because you ain't calibrated. Last thing, and I gotta go. I need 5 minutes. I gotta get out of here. I said number 1, you gotta eradicate. Number 2, you gotta calibrate. Number 3, you gotta be prostrate. Remember, it says worship Him only. Why prostrate? Well, listen, I'm not trying to get you stuck in posture, but a prostrate posture is the most submissive posture in prayer. And I don't suggest you flow that way in a public worship. You can. But how many times in private have you got on your face before you missed what I just said? If you know anything about the law, some of my brothers in here, you've been stopped. Just having your hands up is not the most submissive. They put you on the ground with your face to the ground. Because that is the most submit. That's you saying, I can't do nothing at all. And when it comes to God, when you get prostrate before God, you're telling God, without you, not being prostrate. Let me show it to you. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Hurry up, y'all. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to Abram and said to him, I'm El Shaddai. I'm the God of more than enough. I'm the many-breasted God. He says, walk with me and be trustworthy, and I'm going to make a covenant between us, and I'll give you many, many descendants. Watch what this is the appropriate response. Abram, say Abram. Abram fell on his face, and God said some more to him. Watch this. But me, my covenant is with you. You'll be the ancestors of many nations. Watch what happens after he was prostrate. And because I've made you the ancestors of many nations, your name will no longer be Abram, but Abraham. You got to see the promise of God. See, some of us have a name that the enemy has given us. But God says, when you come before me prostrate, I have another name. Y'all not seeing this. Some of us have been named low down by the enemy, but God says, when you lie down prostrate before me, I'm going to give you another name. Oh my God, I got to go to my next thing. I'm almost out of time. 2 Chronicles, oh my God, chapter 7, verse number 1. As soon as Solomon finished praying, fire came down from heaven and consumed the entirely burnt offerings and the sacrifices, while the Lord's glory filled the temple. The priest, if I could bring it up to my time, I was unable to enter the church because the Lord's glory had filled. Some of y'all wait for me to come for the glory. But when you learn how to prostrate yourself before God, it's not a preacher, a pastor, a bishop, an apostle, a rabbi. It's nobody that can get the glory like you can. I need Rev to help. No, you don't need Rev for the glory. Because when you go home in your secret place, when you go home and you have to fight that devil, when you go home and you have to deal with your enemies, Rev ain't around. But you got to learn how to get before God on your knee and put your face before Him. Listen what he says here. He says here, glory to God. I couldn't have did that if I hadn't been working out, glory to God. I'd still be trying to get up. Y'all not saying amen. You miss your shot right there. It's important to some of y'all ain't laying prostrate because you say, I don't know if I can get back up. Y'all not saying. But the Lord will get you back up. Okay, listen what he says here. He says they couldn't come into their temple because the Lord's glory had filled the temple. Next verse. All the Israelites were watching when the fire fell. As the Lord's glory filled the temple, they knelt down on the pavement with their faces to the ground, worshiping and giving thanks to the Lord, saying, yes, God is good. I'm done, man. I'm done. I can't read all of this stuff, but I just want y'all to know the story. Y'all know this story, don't y'all? I want to read a little bit of this. Elijah said, I'm the only one, and it was 450 prophets. And last week, you know, I taught on Elijah. I talked about suicide. I didn't tell y'all how cold Elijah was. He got his act together. Okay, Elijah said, the same woman that scared the hell out of him, Elijah later on said, the dog's going to eat you. And the dogs did eat her. The Bible says she fell from on top. Y'all not gonna say man. And she hit the ground, and the dogs ate everything except her palms, her feet, and her face. Y'all not seeing this. Okay, but let me tell y'all, go Elijah. I want you to see this power because it's about, say prostrate. I didn't say prostate. This is a couple of brothers say, is it prostate? Prostrate. But you do need to get your prostate exam. I will preach all up in here. I didn't Negro go from prostrate to prostate. If you got a history of it in your family, 40 and up, you need a prostate exam. Whether you got a history or not, if you're a brother, start getting one at least at 50. Okay, look at somebody say prostrate. Prostrate. Not prostate, he says. Okay, I'm done. I got to run, y'all. They say the Baal prophets, he say, listen what he tells. He said, let the Baal prophets bring up 2 oxen and let them pick one and then butcher it and lay it out on the altar on the firewood. Don't ignite it. I'm going to take the other oxen, cut it up, and lay it on the wood. Next one, I got to run. But neither will I ain't going to light no fire either. You pray to your gods, and I'm going to pray to God. He didn't even say my God, he said to God. Okay, let me just go ahead. The God who answers with the fire will prove to be in fact God. Everybody agreed. They said, that's a good plan, let's do it. Elijah told the Baal prophets, choose your ox, prepare, go first. You the majority. It's more you than me. Oh man, you didn't even realize when it's you and God, it could be a million Negroes. Everywhere I go, I'm the majority. Pastor, you black, I got God, I'm the majority. Pastor, you a Negro, I got God, I'm the majority. Okay, listen what it says. He said, pray to your God, but don't light the fire. Okay, here we go. So they took the ox, he had given them, they prayed for the altar, and they prayed to Baal. They prayed all morning. They prayed all morning. Obey. Answer us. Nothing happened. Not so much as a whisper of a breeze. Desperate, they jumped up and stomped on the altar they had made. Be careful how you shout. Because just because you jumping, running, hopping, skipping, and screaming don't mean you got the power. You can be cool as a cucumber, and the power is on you. Y'all not seeing it. Okay, let me see what he said. He says, by noon Elijah started making fun of him. I love Elijah. He's cold like that. He was telling them, he said, call a little louder, man. He is a God after all. Maybe he off meditating somewhere or other. Maybe he got involved in a project or something. Maybe he on vacation. You don't suppose he overslept, do you? Maybe you need to wake him up. Next verse. They prayed louder and louder, cutting themselves with swords and knives, a ritual common to them, until they were covered with blood. This went on to well past noon. They used every religious trick. And good church will show you some tricks. Y'all not saying. If you ain't got tongues, you ain't got the power. Negro, you got tongues and ain't got no power. Okay, they got quiet here. I made 3 of my Kojic people mad. I'm just saying. Okay, they used them tricks and every strategy they knew to make something happen on the altar. Ain't not a thing happened. Not so much as a whisper, not a flicker of a response. Next verse, I gotta run. Elijah told the people, enough of all this foolishness. It's my turn now. Gather around. Well, you know you got it going on. You say, I ain't even worried about the crowd. Bring the crowd on. And they gathered. He didn't put the altar back together, but by now it was in ruins. Elijah took 12 stones, one for each of the tribes of Jacob. He took a stone for Asher, Benjamin, Dan, and Gad. He took a stone for Issachar, Joseph, Judah, and Levi. He took a stone for Naphtali, Reuben, Simeon, and Zebulun. He took 12 stones. He says, from now on your name is Israel. Next verse. He built the stones into the altar in honor of God. Then Elijah dug a fairly wide trench around the altar. He laid firewood on the altar. He cut up the ox. He put it on the wood. He said, fill 4 buckets with water and drench both the ox and the firewood. Then he said, do it again. And they did it again. Then he said, do it a 3rd time. And they did it a 3rd time. The altar was drenched. The trench was filled with water. When it was time for the sacrifice to be offered up, Elijah the prophet came up and prayed. He said, oh God, he said, oh God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, make it known right now that you, God in Israel, that I'm your servant, and that I'm doing what I'm doing under your order. And the Bible said, he said, answer me, and reveal this to your people, that you are God, the true God, and that you've given these people another chance. Look at somebody and say, another chance. If you serious, the Bible says, immediately the fire of God fell and burned up the offering, burned up the offering, burned up the wood, burned up the stone, burned up the dirt, and even the water in the trench. All the people saw it happen, and they fell on their faces and awe and worship. He's good.